Thank you for coming in tonight. We are continuing on the Houseplants Embroidery tonight. We are going to finish it and take off the stick and stitch embroidery stabilizer. So thanks so much for coming in tonight. My name is Alyssa Thomas from Penguin and Fish, where we make cute embroidery kits for the beginning crafter. And I'm here every weeknight at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. That's 9:30 Eastern and 6:30 Pacific. And it's a time that we can relax and craft together for about an hour here. I am live on Facebook right now, and the replay will go up on YouTube at Penguin and Fish Movies. So thank you for joining me. I see you guys popping in here now. All right, so we are finishing up the Houseplants Embroidery. So this is our embroidery of the month this month, and we stitch it every third full week of the month. We work on the embroidery of the month. So we are all done with the plants. We do have to do his little eyeballs and face still, and then we got to just stitch this grow real quick, and then we will take off this stick and stitch embroidery stabilizer. Now I printed right from my printer onto the stabilizer, which is great, so I didn't have to trace anything to get started. You stitch right through it, and then it comes off in water. So I will show you how I take it off in water and how I press it tonight. So we got to get this embroidery done first, so let's do that, and we will get going. We'll finish it all up tonight, I think. So thanks again for joining me. All right, I'm going to flip you guys around. All right, so I got my pattern here. Dishwasher's open. So this is the iPad. I just downloaded the pattern. If you have purchased the bundle or the pattern will be in your email receipt. Just click the download now button. Same thing with if you bought the bundle, you still get the digital pattern. So just check your email for that. All right, I'm going to scooch to page 3 again. Page 3 has the stitches. It also shows walks you through the stitches as well. We are just about done. I just need to do his little face, and then we got a running stitch, and then some more back stitches for these lines here. So let's do that up. Oh, thank you, Shirley. Yep, that was my Monday, I guess. I think that must be Monday. Yeah, Monday I got my hair cut. Haven't had my hair cut since that last time I got my hair cut with you guys, and that was literally 2.5 years ago on Halloween. I have not cut it or trimmed it or anything since, and I just couldn't deal with it anymore. So took care of that this week. It's all short again. Oh, Lorraine, you got your order, yay! Okay, so I just have a tiny little bit of black left, so I'm going to give that a go. Oh yeah, last time I cut my hair was the Splendid Sampler 1 days. Jenny, I think you're totally right. Oh my gosh, that was Splendid Sampler 1. Oh my god. That was ages ago. Oh, I thought maybe I'd grow it all the way out again and then I could donate it again, but it was just getting so scraggly. I mean, it started from basically no hair, like shorter than a pixie cut, really. So it was just all different lengths and just scraggly. So now that it's all one length again, maybe I'll finish growing it out. I don't know, we'll see. I'm a little undecided. For now, it is shoulder length again. All right, I'm finishing up his little face. Didn't have quite enough time last night to do that, but yesterday we finished this whole plant and we did a whole lot of this guy, so we still got quite a bit done. All right, few little stitches for his mouth. I'm gonna have just enough thread for this, so that it's perfect. It's nice when you can use up the little scraps somewhere else in the embroidery. All right. Oh, I almost was gonna flip it around and weave in the ends, but I got this other eyeball to do yet. Let's do him. Thanks, Jenny. Yeah, we are cruising. I'm still here every night. Yeah, I'm happy that we're having that we're doing a project a week now. We're not finishing it, but we've divided our weeks, so that's nice. Now we can have like some focus and some rest on projects. So every week we're like invigorated to start again. I think that's how I feel, at least. Nice. I didn't know if I was gonna like having a schedule, but I think you guys seem to like it, and I like it too. I'm trying to. That's like my thing this year. I want to get more on a schedule for everything. get it all figured out, right? All right. I am going to stitch. Let's do the. I think I'm going to do this dotted line first. I think I'm going to go here, and then we'll jump and do here. So I will use an away knot, I think, and then we will. We'll go back and do this row, and then we'll be done. So, all right, the dotted line is this light blue, and oh, good, I got tons available here yet. That's excellent. So, all right, let's thread that. I do that pinch method again. I unpinch, and the moment I see that thread, I get my needle above that, right on top of it. Okay, so I'm going to do that away knot again. So I've been doing that for basically any time that I don't want to weave in the ends of anything else. So I didn't do that. All right, I did a fresh away knot for each one of these guys, so I didn't have like a jump going from one guy to the other guy. So you can see on the back, there's no real leaps from one to the other. Although I did kind of do it here, but they were connected. So I'm going to do the same here, so I'm not like weaving into the back here and then jumping down. It wouldn't be the end of the world if I just wove in the ends and jumped down, but we started down this path. Might as well finish it. All right, so I'm doing the away knot. I'm going to start here, so I'm about 4 inches away from my starting point. So a running stitch is just going in and out, and you can use the sewing method. This is like a typical stitch for the sewing method. So that's the sewing method of embroidery, is when you go in and out in the same motion. So like just like that. So I'm going in and out, and actually with a running stitch I can go more than once. So I'm going in and out, in and out. So that is the sewing method. It's quicker than how I generally stitch. The stabbing method is the other method. That's where you go straight down. You have the needle straight at the point, go straight down, you pull it all the way through, and then straight up, and you pull it all the way through again. I prefer this method. I mean, maybe I just need to practice the sewing method some more. I just feel like I can get way more accuracy with this up and down stabbing method, although it is not all that fast. The sewing method is excellent. When you are not using a hoop, and that's how we did that Splendid Sampler 2 block last week. That was all sewing method, and there's certain stitches that do really well with that. You did the away knot, but it was hard to weave in the back. Did you leave yourself enough length? You might want a little bit more length to work with. And I wonder if maybe you're using like a more blunt needle. I don't know. That like the sharp needle should help a little bit to weave in the backs. It is coming along. It sure is. So we just oh gosh, we're practically done here, aren't we? That's great, because I wanna make sure we have enough time to take off the stick and stitch. That actually won't take all that long. There, I made this big leap, and I know I didn't do that anywhere else on here, but I'm declaring it okay because I'm going to be stitching all of these stitches from the grow on top of that. So all those stitches are going to hold this down. So I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, it's a little difficult to weave in the ends of these running stitches because there's not that many stitches to weave in. So I'm just kind of grabbing a bunch like that for the first round, and then now for the second and third pass, I'm just kind of trying to grab whatever threads I can. And same again, I'm just going to try and grab all I can grab. There we go. All right. Done with that, and done with that floss. Let's snip that away knot. All right, and snipping that knot away, now it's left with that little end here, and I'm not quite sure I've left enough space here, but let's give it a go, or enough thread here. So this is so you can, that away knot was so we didn't have to tie a knot at the beginning of our row of stitches here. We could just start without the knot and start stitching, and then we have this little bit of thread left over to weave in. So we have no knots on this whole back, which is nice. Nothing to catch any other stitches on. And it does look really clean, I think, the back here, which is just bonus. All right, one last bit. We have that text to do. All right, here's my little mass of thread. I will save all this and use it for other projects. And the projects that I don't, or like if I just end up with a lot of scraps, I end up making it, I made it into a bunch of pom-poms with that pom-pom maker. That was really fun. They actually took quite a bit of time wrapping all these little threads around the pom-pom maker, but it made for some like really cute gifts. So I might just consistently make more of those and then I'll just have them around for like gifts and stuff. Just keep on making them. All right, I'm just weaving in the end here again to get it going. Again, there's not much here to work with. So I'm going to go a little further into that end. Oh, that's a bummer, Shirley. Well, I will definitely get this up on YouTube when I'm done here. I'm hoping soon, you guys, to be live on Facebook and YouTube at the same time. I just got to get a few more gear things, subscription-y things to do that, but I'd like to have you guys have the choice. So then it can be on, you can watch on YouTube if you're not, if you're watching on YouTube now, like for the replay, when this gets up on the replay, then you'll have the option to be live as well, like our Facebook people here. And you'll be able to ask questions, and I'll be able to see them all and all that. So we're working on getting that together. And I know you guys are liking this iPhone video compared to some of the other stuff I was trying last week. And I think, and I do too, I like that I can get real close here and stuff, and it's not going to be blurry, and it doesn't just constantly autofocus like the other camera. So we do have a way that I can still use the phone, and I can still broadcast from different places and all that. So I think we're gradually figuring it all out, how to do our little upgrade here. It just takes time. I only work on it a little bit over the weekends, and so it'll get figured out. Oh, Jennifer, so relaxing to watch you embroider. It's relaxing to do too. I mean, it's just it feels good at the end of the day. You know, I was thinking about it the other day. It really is just like coloring. I mean, you're literally, I mean, there's barely any decision making. It's just, oh, what color? And then I guess what stitch. But if the stitches are given to you, then you can just let that part of the brain slide too and just do the color. And it is just like that, the little sound of the stitch going through the floss going through the fabric, and I don't know. It's really relaxing. I do like it. It's a nice thing that you can just have around and unfinished as well. Like have an unfinished embroidery just sitting out, and then you can just stitch like 4 stitches or like stitch this row. You know what I mean? Just like that's all. If you just need a moment, you know, you just need a moment. Do a few stitches, have it out and available to stitch, and it'll just be like a tiny little bit of calm throughout the day. So that's why I like these evenings so much. I just get to hang out with nice peeps and make stuff, stitch, relax. I like it. All right. I'm gonna just leap over here. I think I'm gonna make this like an octagon. You gotta the smaller the stitches you do on these circles or these rounded shapes, the more round they're gonna look, because you're trying to make a round shape out of straight lines, right? Each one of these lines is each one of these stitches is a straight line. So the more you do, the more you're going to have an appearance of the circle. So I kind of try and weigh doing small stitches and then having them so small that they don't feel like the rest of the embroidery anymore. You know, if I'm using big stitches, then all of a sudden I have these itty bitty bitty ones. That might be a little weird, so I just try and have a decent balance. Not too small, but still looking like a circle. Oh no, Nolene. Alright, one more stitch on this little guy, and we're onto that W. So I didn't get any more koalas in the mail today. Got them all on, what was that, Wednesday? No, Wednesday. Yeah, I think I got them all on Wednesday, yesterday. That was fun. Wait, that's 2 days ago. That's why it feels weird. It's Friday today. Got them on Wednesday, 2 days ago. We're almost done with this. Yay! Ooh. We're so much almost done with it that I think I will start the iron heating up. There we go. We still have to take all the stick and stitch off yet. I could have done this in 2 stitches. I'm doing it in 1 now. But right when we get all of the stick and stitch, that's this sticker, that stabilizer that we printed our design on. Right when we get that off, I'm gonna press it right away. So I'm getting my iron nice and hot. Alright, 2 more stitches. And this little guy's done. Just enough time to finish him this week. We did not finish the Mandala Love, which was last month's embroidery of the month. We didn't finish that, but I wasn't really expecting to. There's a lot of stitches on that guy. So I'm happy we got this guy done this month. 1 less unfinished project, right? I mean, I guess I don't know what I'm really going to be doing with this embroidery, but the actual embroidery part will be done. That's nice. I have 124 koalas right now, Aloha. So, a pile. It's crazy. I cannot believe that we collected that many. So I am so happy and excited, and you guys are just so amazing. to have made all those koalas and sent them my way. That's great. All right, so I'm gonna get a little higher here. I'm gonna get the my bowls of water out here. All right. Don't need the iPad anymore. Let's not get that wet. Don't need my scruffles here, my fuzzles. And let's take this out. And let's, I don't need the hoop anymore. That can get away. So, all right. So I am going to get my 2 bowls of water. Oh, I could sign it. I think I'm just gonna leave it as is. If I do something with it later, then maybe I'll add a tag or sign it. I'm not quite sure what I'm doing with this one yet. Oh, I could date it. You know what? I'll date it on the side. I'm gonna date it down here just so I know when it was done. Let's take the Fabricelli off first, just because I don't know what I'm going to make out of it yet, but I'll at least have the date on it. So then when I make it into something, I can add the date somewhere on it, and I can do the initials then. All right, so let's grab my water. So I have 2 things of water here. So typically I would do this over the sink, and I would not mess with bowls of water, but this works okay for showing you guys here, but by all means just run water in the sink or fill up the sink with some water and do this. You don't need, that's actually a good idea. Just fill up the sink a little bit with some warm water. So this is warm. Actually, it might be hot still. Oh, it is quite warm. I put hot water in here thinking it would be cool enough, and it's pretty warm. But yeah, so some warm water. It works in cold water too, but it works a little bit better with warm water. Trying to get all the electronics out of the way, needle out of the way, scissors out of the way. There we go. But yeah, so you can just fill up your sink with some water or just run water over it, and then you can rinse it with the sink water as well. So oh geez, look, it's already coming off. I think the warm water really helps it quite a bit, helps activate it. And it just flakes off into like these little, almost like paper flecks. Flecks, that's an appropriate word for this for sure. So it's already, the big bulky pieces are off already, but I'm going to just touch every single stitch. You can see that my black lines from my printer are underneath here yet. That's the stick and stitch embroidery stabilizer just kind of stuck underneath the stitches yet. And if I had some satin stitches, that would especially be true. And you can sometimes see it a little bit more on light colored threads. It kind of goes away a little bit once it dries. But take your time and kind of massage each stitch, each little area. So it takes like no time up front to use the stick and stitch. But this is where the time comes in. You're just gonna spend some time with all the stitches. However, at this point you have the finished embroidery, so you're kind of on that high. You're kind of on that high, you finish the thing, so having to do one extra step like this isn't so horrible, I don't think, compared to tracing it when you haven't even started yet. So the printer ink might run a little bit, but since you're in the water, it should go away. And you could do a test if you want. It should work with a inkjet or a laser printer or laser photocopier. This is a laser printer here. So this is how I'm doing it, is how it reacts with a laser printer. And it may run a little bit with an inkjet. However, if you keep it in there and keep working it, that should all go away as well. Oh, Terry, I don't think we're frozen on this side, so hopefully it gets figured out. Oh yeah, it's coming off pretty well. I'm just checking like some of the lighter colors, like this blue. There might be just a hair underneath there, but really, it's all coming off pretty well. You know what? I'm using water that's a bit warmer than I usually do. I bet you that's helping quite a bit. All right, well, once you get this far, I have a second bowl of water here. I mean, this is pretty much done. Like, I don't really see anything that really, maybe down in there. I don't see too much. All the big flakes are gone. Once it feels like it's pretty well done, then I switch to cleaner water because you have all these flakes in here, and I don't want any of those. I want to minimize those on my piece because I don't want to be ironing that. That can make the iron like get some goop on the iron. So like look how dirty that is compared to the clean water here. So let's remove that, and this is just kind of like a last little rinse to get any of those flakes that had fallen on the rest of the fabric or anything like that. We're just giving it basically that little last rinse. If you see anything, I think it's just part of the fabric there. All right. So I think we are good. So I'm going to just, I have a towel here. I'm going to just grab that and I'm going to just lay this on here for a sec while I move the water bits. Okay, and I have my iron out here. I also have my wool pressing mat. You can just use a normal ironing board, but what you do want for this, you do want a fluffy towel. So this is just like a bath towel, but it's that like terry cloth, fuzzy, whatever bit to it. You do want that, and that's important for pressing your embroidery because we spent all that time making all these nice like three-dimensional stitches, these French knots and everything, and we don't want to lose the 3D-ness of it. So we don't want to like squish it flat with an iron. So by having the fluffy towel down here, and I'm going to turn it so the right side's down. When we press it, all of those nice French knots and everything are going to sink into the fluff here. So all right, I'm going to just lay it out here. It is still damp for sure. I mean, it just came out of the water. I didn't really squeeze it dry, but it's not like sopping wet or anything either. And the towel is also going to suck up the water. So I'm going to take my iron, and it's hot. It's for the cotton fabric, and I'm going to just press it right on there. And you can hear it sizzle. I'm pressing it into the towel, and this is also drying it as well. And you'll start to see, maybe not so much with this white fabric, but you might be able to start to see, so you can see like a little wetness around the pieces, but there's these pockets of just white fabric, so it's drying out already. And you might find that the towel gets too wet, so then you just move the towel down to a dry area. When we did those test French knots, we did it with that black thread. That was maybe not a good idea because I think I got some residual black floss showing up there. All right, I'm going to heat up the iron again. I think I'm going to just scooch this down and move up to a drier spot because this is awfully wet already. Oh, it's definitely almost dry though. I can tell. All right, let's hit it one more time. Finish it up. I like pressing it this way when it's wet versus letting it air dry because it gets all the wrinkles out. You're basically like steam pressing it, which makes it just like perfect. And if it doesn't get completely dry, like, these stitches won't be 100% dry, but that can just air dry and it'll be good to go. But all right, that's looking pretty good. Let's flip it around. Aww, it's cute. But there you can see our French knots aren't completely flattened. Our stitches are still looking pretty good. But there we go. So I don't know. We're going to have to make something out of this. I don't know quite what yet. We could leave it in the frame. Like it would be really cute if we wrapped this in floss or something, or in fabric or something. I don't think I really have anything here to do that with, but I don't know. It's pretty cute. We could just try and decorate with our remaining thread, but I actually don't think we have enough of that either. I think we're gonna just leave it as is. This might end up being a, I don't know, I might make this into something else later. It actually would be pretty cute as a patch on something too. That would be kind of fun. I don't know. It's gonna be an embroidery sitting around. Let's I will date it though, just because I do like knowing that. And then once we make it into something else, I'll decide where to sign it, and I'll sign it too. I'll just say AT and the date down here, so it's on it somewhere. If this gets found at some point, I'll write my whole name, I suppose. All right, there. Now there'll be a record of it at least. And oh geez, what's today even? It's 21st. Okay. Gotta check my little watch there. 2/21. Ooh, I gotta write all 2020 on there. There we go. There, it's official now. Oh, a garden shirt would be cute. Oh, front of a tote. Oh, I love that idea. Gosh, I need to get some like blank totes. That would be kind of fun. Stick it on a little tote there. Let's see what it would look like with like some finished edges. We could actually sew some, that would be kind of cute. Actually, we could sew like a little border on it and then sew the whole thing to a tote. It would be like a little patch almost. Aw, he's sweet. All right, but there we are, all cleaned up. It was super quick and easy to take off that I keep saying Fabrisolvi, that stick and stitch. It used to be called Fabrisolvi and they changed their name to Stick and Stitch, so I'm still, 2 years calling it Fabrisolvi. Oh, a garden apron! Oh, that would be cute on that. Oh man, we should sew an apron here sometime. I've never sewn an apron and I could totally use it. Ooh, a notepad cover, that would be lovely too. I like things that you can use, that's for sure. All right, you guys, I think that is going to be it for the night, so I'm going to flip you guys around here. So that actually ended up going real quick, and we even, sorry, I'm going to fix this. There we go. Now, hopefully it won't completely fall down, but yeah. Oh, a quilt as you go tote. Oh, that would be a good idea. Then we could just start quilting it and work on it. So, all right, so Monday we will be working on the Aurifil block of the month. So remember, that is that thread painting on the sewing machine. So we will prep our applique, and maybe we'll even get our applique pieces down on the fabric. That would be awesome. I have family in town this week, so I might not be on every day next week, and so that's why I want to really move ahead, get that applique done on Monday if we can, and then Tuesday we can start thread painting, and then I'm not sure, like Wednesday, I'm not sure if I'll be here, but Thursday and Friday I will for sure, so we can finish up anything that I'm not here for then. But it'll be thread painting, so excited, and it's that pretty poppy flower that we'll be thread painting. Never done that before, so we'll all be learning together. I'll have to do some research beforehand. But there we go, you guys. So this will stay, even though this is only going to be available for February. So this is going to be gone, at the end of next week. Close to next week. On the 29th, this will be out of the shop. So it won't be available anymore. It's just for February. The videos will still be there, though. So if you if you've purchased it and haven't stitched it yet and you want to stitch by watching the videos, those will stay. So the pattern will go away, but the videos will stay on YouTube there. And you can just look for the project. The project is all together. So thanks again, everyone, and have a fabulous weekend. I will see you on Monday where we will get sewing here again, getting that sewing machine out. It's been a little while. We've been doing a lot of embroidery. So, all right, have a great evening, have a great weekend, and good night.